What's up, everybody? I'm back with the third and final video of my rig rundown. Today we're going to be talking about the pedal board. We're going to talk about all these lovely little pedals. We're going to talk about this pedal board. We'll talk a little bit about why I like these pedals and why I run them the way I do. So you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be awesome. Before I do that, remember, if you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you follow this page. Don't be afraid to comment, ask questions. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell up in that corner, somewhere over there. That way you get a little message every time I post new content or if I happen to go live, so you guys don't miss out on anything. Cool. Let's see. Been very busy lately. That's why you haven't seen very much of this face. But I promise you things are starting to kind of turn a little bit. Getting back into doing more videos. We're going to have some cool stuff coming up in the next few months. Got a little project that I'm working on, which I'm not quite ready to spill the beans on just yet, but I will very soon, I promise you, and you're going to enjoy the shit out of it. All right. Let's talk about the pedal board. Now, I bought this pedal board about 7 years ago from Gator Cases. It's a really awesome pedal board. I don't know if they still sell this particular board anymore or not, but this is really heavy duty stuff. It came in this huge padded carrying case. It's got a handle on the top here, and it's heavy duty wood. The entire top of this board is Velcro, and they send you a roll of the actual Velcro strips that attaches to it. So what happens is you can cut that stuff down, stick it on the bottom of your pedals because it has a sticky back, and then you attach your pedals where you want them to be. That way they don't slide around on the board. So everything here is fixed, right? Which is great because you don't want your pedals sliding around. It's just a mess. Heavy duty Velcro too. I mean, I've been pulling off and putting pedals on for years and it still holds up really well. It's not peeling off or anything, which is fantastic. Really, really awesome board. It has a power adapter somewhere like right here underneath the board. There's a 9-volt power adapter with about, I think, 10 ports in it that you can link your daisy chain cables to, and it will power every pedal on your board. So everything is powered by one little adapter. This is your power adapter that you plug into from your surge protector, your wall socket, wherever you come from, and then it runs to your adapter, and then your adapter goes to your pedals. So as long as they're 9-volt powered pedals, this will take care of that. If it's like a higher voltage or something, I would not suggest running it because it may not work. So the way that I have my pedal board set up is that I run all of my pedals front of amp. And people say, why don't you run them through the effects loop? And it was just really simple. I don't want to have to split my pedals up and then have a second board to run through the effects loop and then one to go through the front of amp. I just like to have them very, very simply done, very clean and efficient. And I like the way they sound. It works for me. And, you know, it's all about comfortability, finding what works for you. That's why some people do things differently. And I'm super happy with the way that this is set up. I go in here. This is my first pedal in my line. This is my very last pedal. Then I run out of here, obviously, to my amp. So let's talk about what I have pedal-wise. Now, obviously, the first pedal that's not in the line is my foot switch for my 6505 down here in the corner. I got Velcro on it, so it's down here in the corner, out of the way. It's easily accessible if I'm stomping on it. It's not bumping into other pedals, and my foot doesn't hit the other pedals as I'm switching channels, which is very important too. First pedal in line is the Boss Chromatic Tuner, the TU2. I love that pedal. I've had that pedal for about 12 years now, and it's very simple, it's functional, and it works just like I need it to. Plug in, kick it on, signal goes away, tune up really fast, turn it off, go right back to work. If you guys have ever used this pedal, you know that you have the little indicator lights here, green in the middle, 2 reds on the outside for sharp and flat. I mean, it's really simple. Tells you the note, and you can actually change the calibration on it if you're looking for like a different megahertz or whatever it is. But it's very limited. It doesn't give you very much of a range, but still, it's a pretty cool pedal to have. Actually, it's very important to have. You want to have a tuner pedal. Don't go up there and not be tuned in tune and use a little pocket tuner or whatever. Get you a TU2, right? Second pedal that I have in my line is the Boss Compression Sustainer pedal, the CS3. I only run this pedal primarily when I'm using like clean channel because it evens out the attack on your notes, so it kind of makes them all at the same level. so you don't hear one more than the other. If you hit harder or hit softer, they'll be all even. It does kind of subdue your sound though. It's a little more quiet, but you can just kind of turn up the level on the pedal, and it has an attack and a sustain and a tone knob, so you can kind of tweak with it and find what you're looking for. I've noticed that when I ran it on distortion channels, it will give you a lot of background hiss, so you have to kind of take that into consideration, which is where this pedal comes in later down the line. But it is cool for using on distortion because it will help with your sustain. If you have pickups that are kind of weak, it will help to keep that note going so it doesn't decay very, very quickly. And I like it a lot, but like I said, I really only run it when I use clean channel. The third pedal in my line is the Dunlop Crybaby from Hell wah pedal. This is a badass pedal. I bought this thing back in 2007, right before I played my very first show, and I'm still using it to this day. Zero problems, zero issues. It's got this cool camouflage color case on it. It's got sandpaper grit top on it for your shoes, so your foot can get some kind of dig your teeth into it. It's got a nice little Cowboys from Hell CFH logo down here. It's got 3 EQ knobs on the side where you can kind of fine tune the sound. It's got a 7-way selector switch knob on the side where you can kind of get some different sweep sounds, a little more bassy on some, a little more trebly on the others. But it's a really, really wide variation of tones, and it's fucking sick. I love this pedal. Dime did such a great job with this pedal. Really awesome. And it's got a gain booster down here in the bottom corner, which I don't really ever run because it's so fuzzy. I mean, it blows your tone wide open. It has an indicator light on the bottom. Has 2 actually. There's a green and a red one. Green for when it's on, red for when it's off. So if you're playing in dark stages somewhere, you can look at the back of your pedal and tell if your wah is on. Sometimes it's kind of hard to hear if it's on or not. So bad pedal right there, man. Get you one of those. Next one, the MXR Phase 90. This is the Eddie Van Halen pedal. Obviously, you can see by the red, white, and black striped casing. I love that pedal, man. I never thought that I would use this as much as I do and enjoy it, but I love it. It's probably one of my favorite pedals in my line. One knob, it's got a little dial, that's pretty much it. And then it's got a script button up here. You turn that on and off, it kind of affects the way it sounds. You can adjust the speed here, the scrub rate, I think that's what they call it, with this little knob. And it's got such a cool rise and a fall with the notes. So if it's really slow, it's like, if it's really fast, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's cool, man. I use it on the clean because on the clean channel, it really brightens up the tone, and you really hear just that crest and that rise of those notes. It's really, really cool. And it sounds great on the distortion too, don't get me wrong, but I love it on the clean stuff. And I don't get to use it as much as I'd like to, but I will hopefully here in the near future because I've got some other songs that I'm planning to use that on. But yeah, that's a badass little pedal right there. After that, we have the Boss GE7, the EQ 7-band EQ pedal. Now, this pedal I only run on certain guitars, like I've talked about in my other videos. Primarily what I have to do for my ESPs or my 2 Jackson PDXs, my red and my black and silver Demolition Vs, because they have EMG HZ humbuckers in them and they're not as powerful as the 8160 or my Seymour Duncans in my Priestess. I need a little extra boost. And that's where the GE7 comes in handy, because I've been able to tweak some of those frequencies that I've lost in those EMG HZ pickups, boost them, and it gives them a really nice, robust, round sound. Especially on my black Demolition, I've noticed that the tone on it is just really, really well, it's more defined than my red Demolition. It sounds better. And I think the GE7 really kind of helps to drive that home. But you got to be able to understand what these little frequencies are, because it doesn't tell you like bass, lows, mids, highs, any of that. It's numbers. You have to kind of play with it, it takes a while to figure it all out. But once you get it together, you can really get a nice, good sound out of this. So I use this on my ESPs and on my Jackson Demolitions, not my white one, because my white one's got EMG 8160 combo in it, and it doesn't need any help. It's a bad little bastard on its own. Very last pedal in the line, which I would argue is the most important pedal that you should have in your arsenal, which is a noise gate, noise suppression unit. This is the best one that I think they make, and definitely the best one on the market for pedal wise, the ISP Decimator. I got this watching the Rob Arnold DVD years ago, probably like 2007, where he said the ISP was the best pedal that they had for the price and for the functionality of it. It's one knob, just like a clock. You turn it to as much threshold as you want or as little threshold as you want. That's it. There's nothing else to it. All it does is, like it says, it suppresses noise. All your background noises, the hissing, the feedback in between notes, it kills all of that without altering your tone. So your tone doesn't change. You don't lose distortion. You don't lose your gain. None of that stuff. It just cuts out all that background hiss, which is important. You want to be able to cut down on all that background, feedback. No one wants to hear that shit when you're up there in between songs. You don't want to hear the hissing or the feedback of the notes. This little pedal will do all of that, and all it takes is one stomp, and that's it. It's got an indicator light, so it tells you when it's on or off. Very simple. If you have the money, go out and get you one of these because it's the best one to get. And it's cool because it's got this reflective casing. It's like a gunmetal polished look. Really nice. I like it. Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Every pedal in my board is held together by 6-inch DiMarzio connector cables with the 90-degree right angle jacks on the side. And I'm going to probably add a delay pedal at some point, so I'm going to have to kind of squeeze one in and kind of make some room for it. But it'll be all right. I'll get it up. It will happen at some point. I just haven't decided when. That's it, man. All the little daisy chain cables came with the board, I believe. It gave me a whole slew of them, like 10 of them or something. And what I do is I hook the pedals up, and then I pull all the slack out of it, and then I just wrap it up in like a little bow tie with what they call those little garbage ties. And that way, on the back side of this, it's all clean. It's a very neat and efficient look. It's very professional. That way, there's not a bunch of extra cable hanging out, catching on your shoes and shit like that. So, very functional. Like I said, that's what you want. You want something that's comfortable, something that does what you need it to do with as little issues as possible, right? Gator Case makes some great stuff. Love their products. Like I said, I don't know if they still make this pedal board or not, but go check that out. I will tag every company here that's associated with this pedal board. I will tag them in the comments section below. So if you guys want to go check out their products, you're free to do so. And that's it, man. That's my pedal board. I haven't really altered too much on this in the last couple years. It's been pretty straightforward. And like I said, this works for me. You guys may like it, may not. Whatever. It's what I like to do. There you go. That's it, man. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section down below. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you have anything you want to know, shoot me a question. I'll respond. I respond to everything. That's it. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys think. All right. That is it. I don't have any more videos to show you of my rig. That's it. We've come to the end of that. And I will be back with another guitar cover video, and like I said, in the next week or so, I will hopefully be announcing a little project that I've been working on, and I will have some stuff for you guys to see and hear, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. And thank you to Rebellion Republic for once again supplying me with another sick ass Exodus shirt. You guys kick ass. Later.